This is Volleyball DNA. Hi everyone, we're back. I'm Den, and as always, we've got Anton. Ton, how's it going over there?
Everything is good, Den. You know, it's unprecedented times we're experiencing right now, but we've got to find a way to continue living. By the way, do you realize that we've actually had 8 episodes already on the show? Can you believe that?
I know, it's so crazy. It seems like just yesterday we were brainstorming about this, and now here we are. Nakabuo na tayo ng isang team. And speaking of, we are so grateful for the players and of course Coach O for sharing their time with us to guest on the show. Thank you guys so much.
Salamat. We definitely learned a lot from them, but we're also very thankful to you guys, the ones who regularly tune in and are subscribed to Volleyball DNA.
Yes, thank you guys so much. But if you haven't yet, please do hit that subscribe button because we have a couple of new things lined up for you guys in the coming weeks.
Absolutely. You know what? Why don't we experiment on something new right now?
Kasi ngayon na?
Yeah, right now. Let's do it.
Okay, game. All right. So since we've already had an entire team go under the microscope, so to speak, we are back in the lab for our latest experiment.
We are going to extract and react to some of the comments that you guys made in every episode. We're going to pick out the best sample, so stick around because yours might be the ones chosen. Let's check it out, shall we? All right, let's go to the very first episode of the show. This was when we had our good friend Maddie Madayag on. And we have a very nice comment from Joff Caron, who says, the essence of Volleyball DNA is so beautiful, warm, and interesting. We found out so much about the journey and from the experience of the athlete. I really enjoy the content in every way. There is so much to learn and so much to gain. Very nice comment from Joff.
Thank you so much, Joff. We appreciate that you appreciate the content that we're putting out for you guys. It really is the goal of the show of Volleyball DNA to let the fans learn more about their volleyball idols. And marami ako natutunan kay Maddie nung episode niya. As her teammate from college, ngayon ko lang nalaman yung mga stuff that she went through when she was a kid, starting out in Davao, and even yung transformation niya from being like a Charmander to a Charizard.
Yeah, I like the analysis that you had with that, and it was really nice because this was actually the first time that Maddie shared her entire story to anybody.
Right. Ako, I had a hard time researching about her life before Ateneo. Yeah. So, ngayon na mas nakilala natin si Maddie, I think mas na-appreciate natin yung journey niya as a volleyball player and as a person.
Truly an amazing story, and we thank Madzilla for coming on and being our first ever episode on Volleyball DNA.
Okay, so let's move on to our next episode. We have Manilla Santos now on that episode. But interesting rin yung nakita nating comment. Kasi it's from someone we know very well.
Really?
So, tignan natin. Galing kay Anong Tunay?
Whoa!
Which is si Tita Mels. Tita Mel Tunay. She commented, love this episode. I love you, Ate Ila, with hearts. Congrats again, Anton and Achi Den. Tita Mels.
Yeah.
Thank you so much.
We have so much to learn from Mela. Grabe yung mga questions niya eh. Anong tunay? Biglang siyang bumabanat ng ganun eh. Pati si Coach O, nagugulat eh.
She's such a good host. Very energetic and entertaining. And I just love that we get to, support each other.
Yeah.
Kahit na, she also has a volleyball show. We have a volleyball show. We, come together and support each other. That's really a beautiful thing.
Everything we're doing is for the volleyball community, and we're really trying to continue the conversations in the world of sports despite what's currently happening right now. So it's really nice that we have everybody supporting one another. Thank you, Mela. All right, then we have another very, how how do I say this? Malaman tong comment na to basahin natin. From RC La Cuesta. So, medyo mahaba. Hindi ko nababasahin lahat, RC pero eto, sabi mo, hala, grabe! Super kinilig talaga ako simula nung nakita ko sa IG ni Ate Denden Lazaro na guest nila si Manilla Santos. OMG! Auto-click talaga ako. Auto-click talaga. Season 72 talaga ako naging fan ng volleyball dahil sa curiosity. At nanood din ako ng previous season kaya nakilala ko si Manilla Santos. Grabe! Super happy talaga ako. Sana madami pa kayong ma-interview na volleyball legends. RC, thank you so much. And we really wanted to have Ate Ila on the show very early because, well, number one, she's Manilla Santos. She's a volleyball legend. But there's not a lot of articles about Ate Ila that's online. In fact, the only one I saw was way back in 2009 pa, and it was from a Lasallian website. So maganda sana na we put out the story of somebody like Manilla Santos nang, and we're very honored to have been able to do it here on Volleyball DNA. But you know what, then? What I like about that episode, and there were a lot of outlets that really wrote about this, Ate Ila shared her all-time DLSU starting lineup. So I want to ask you, I think it would be very interesting to find out kung ano ba ang all-time DLSU starting lineup ng isang Atenista. Hindi lang kalaban Atenista. So then, I don't know, you want to give it a shot? Your all-time DLSU starting lineup.
Ako ata yung ine-experiment dito
You're going under the microscope now.
Okay, as a fan, as a volleyball fan, and like as an Atenista, I've been following DLSU for a long time. I was a volleyball fan as a kid, and I would watch the UAAP even before yung V-League, even live. So my all-time DLSU lineup.
Where do you want to start? You want to start with the setter? You want to start with the libero?
Oh my gosh. Okay, let's start with the setter.
Oh, sige, setter. Who is your all-time setter from DLSU?
It's so hard kasi it's, for me, yung top two, it's Ate Chi and Kim Fajardo, definitely. Chi Saet and Kim Fajardo. That's really tough kasi they're both good playmakers at their peak. So, okay, I'll go with Kim because Kim has height and she can be converted as a spiker. That's a good option for De La Salle. So I'll go with Kim for the setter.
Tsaka naging teammate mo yun, di ba? Si Kim.
Yes. Naging teammate ko siya. Even nung high school for the RP youth team, nakasama ko siya. For my open hitters, I'll go with Ate Manilla Santos and Ara Galang.
I knew you were gonna pick Ara Galang.
Ara Galang. Because they're both well-rounded players. When I say well-rounded, they can pass, they can defend, they can block. Given kahit na yung height ni Ate Ila, like she's kind of small, she can block, she can, get her timing right. And of course, they can carry the load sa scoring.
What was it like though playing against Ara Galang?
She's tough to play against. She's very crafty how she spikes the ball. So it's really hard to wait, I don't know rin eh. That's so hard. Kahit ang tagal ko na siyang nakalaban, parang ang hirap pa rin niyang basahin. Like how many times namin siya nakalaban in the UAAP and then I played against her in the PSL. Hanggang ngayon ang hirap pa rin niyang basahin. She has so many like tricks up her sleeve every time I go up against her. And what I admire about her is like she's very quiet on the court, but then her game does the talking. That's why I really like her. One of my all-time favorite lady spikers. I hope we can get her on the show.
Yeah, that'd be great. That'd be great. I mean, there's also not a lot of Ara Galang profile articles out there, so it would be nice to immortalize her story here on Volleyball DNA. What about the middle blockers then? Sino naman ang middle blockers mo sa DLSU?
DLSU has produced a lot of amazing middle blockers. That Majoy Baron, Abby Maranyo, Mika Reyes, Aduke Agunsanya. These are the most recent ones.
Nako, baka mahirapan ka dito.
The surface. I mean, there's Jack Alarca, Maureen Penetrante. So, ang hirap. Well, growing up, I watched Jack Alarca and Maureen Penetrante. Dun pa lang nahirapan na ako. But I'll definitely go with Jack Alarca. Decorated middle blocker for LaSalle. And Abby Maranyo, for sure.
Oh, you had to have Chang Abby in there.
I mean, iconic middle blocker for De La Salle and an iconic, like a mainstay in the national team. Her leadership skills is unparalleled for me, and yung energy na dinadala niya sa kahit anong team na mapunta siya, it's always there. So I have to have Abby Maranyo in my lineup.
Beast mode don't care, remember that?
Yes. Hanggang ngayon pa rin naman. Opposite hitter, Michelle Gumabaw. Definitely.
Ooh.
Michelle Gumabaw.
Yeah.
Kahit na inaangas-angasan niya kami nun.
Solid.
Iba rin yung leadership ni Michelle and yung presence niya on the court. I was lucky enough to be teammates with her when we played in the PSL.
Libero. Who is Denden Lazaro's all-time DLSU libero?
Ang dami ring magagaling na libero from DLSU. Yeah, Mel Gohing, Shermaine Peñano, definitely, and of course, Don Macandili. But my all-time best libero for LaSalle, definitely Don Macandili. Hindi matatawaran yung skills ni Don Macandili. I love her.
Damn, that's a solid lineup.
Yup. How can you beat that? Yeah.
And there are still so many more you can add to it.
Right. I agree. So for our third episode, guys, we hear you. We read your comment, and by popular demand, we got Jema Galanza on the show. She popularly known as Maring Jema. I actually asked her before, bakit Maring Jema? And she doesn't know bakit Maring Jema, saan ang galing yon. But it stuck, right? So let's read the comments. One is from Minda Haneo. Ang galing mag-host ni Denden and Anton. Oh, thank you. Not boring and ang sasaya nila magkwentuhan sa inyong episode. Watching here from Bacolod City, Negros Occidental. Wow, thank you so much. I can't believe that umaabot tayo doon sa Bacolod.
Bacolod?
Yeah, Bacolod. Next is from Sonia Panganiban. Thank you, Anton and Denden, for featuring Jema. I really admire them both for being kind, good compliments, and showing respect for Jema. I hope you stay humble and down to earth. Keep up the good faith. Hope to meet you soon. I'm a huge fan from Illinois.
Saan sa
I was
Illinois?
like, wait, no. Una ko nabasa was Iloilo, but then it's not. It's Illinois.
Chicago?
It just says, maybe. Or maybe like Illinois Street.
Well, let us know. Kasi nakakatuwa to find out, where you guys are watching Volleyball DNA from. So we appreciate your comments, and wherever you are, we hope you're doing well and staying safe. All right, so one of the things we also noticed from the Jema episode was the requests. Okay, binabasa din namin, guys, yung mga requests nyo. And a lot of people were guesting. Ang dami nagko-comment eh. Si Boss D naman, Boss D na.
Who's Boss D? Is it me?
So we researched namin kung sino ba yung Boss D na yan, and we found out, obviously, Dina Wong, and we got her on the show due to popular demand. So you're welcome, guys. Okay, we have a comment here from Victoria Sulciano, the host, the show, the topics, the discussions, the presentations, the special guest, Boss D. Overall was great, straight to the point, relevant to your forte, substantial, witty. Dami nito ah. Simple yet very informative from Dina's point of views as an athlete, as a person. The Q&A was handled professionally, sensibly, respectfully, and responded from the heart. Like and subscribe now. Thank you, Victoria.
Aww.
Thank you, Victoria.
That was a lot of adjectives, positive adjectives.
That comment by Victoria was like a Coach O type of comment. Ang daming adjectives.
But really, thank you so much, Victoria. So our next comment is from Shell Miranda. Truthfully talking, just what Sir Anton said, just by listening to Dina's story, you could feel the depth of her struggles during those times. And I hope to all the bashers out there, not just for Dina's, but to all the players that didn't meet your expectation, I hope this will help you enlighten what are the struggles of our favorite players have to go through, just to give and meet our expectations. More power, Boss Dina. Hands up to you. Knowing you more makes us love you more.
Wow. So like the subscribers are now saying something to the bashers, of the players.
I mean, I think we were able to reach to them on a certain level na I think yun yung gusto nating maparating sa kanila na these players may be public figures, household names, but at the end of the day, they're just regular people who go through, what regular people go through. We go through problems as well, personal issues. We get affected when we hear, negative comments. So, let's be kind to one another.
Yeah, in short, spread love, not hate.
So for our fifth experiment, we got Rex and Tal on the show. We really wanted to have a player from the men's division. Kasi Volleyball DNA isn't just about the women's division. It's about the volleyball community, So we want to be inclusive with who we guest on the show, and we have a lot of players from the men's division that have really great stories that gusto namin ma-share with you guys. So we got Rex and Tal on the show. One of the comments that we really appreciated came from Omi Liames commented, I really enjoyed watching this episode. I could say that Rex is a smart person. I learned a lot. He speaks wisely and with a sense of humor. Kudos. Speaks wisely. Well, actually, Rex is very makwento. I was surprised that Rex was really makwento.
Sobra.
And he's a really smart guy, actually.
Problema yung mga kwento niya, dapat hindi linalabas. Para mga sekreto ata yung may kinikwento ni Rex.
Nilaglag pa niya yung sarili niya eh. But yeah, we really had fun with that interview with Rex. Okay, Anton. You covered the men's division for a long time. Ang dami mo nang nakilala mga players and you know most of them, yung mga stories nila. But I have to ask you this. Since tinanong mo ako kanina, sino yung all-time DLSU lineup ko, I have to ask you, sino yung all-time men's volleyball lineup ko?
Wow. Okay, so I'm going to pick from all the players that I covered since I started covering men's volleyball. And I think this goes back from the time when UST and FEU were playing against each other in the finals. Sina Pecania, sina JR Labrador, those guys. Coach George Pascua was still coaching in the for FEU men's, and Emil Lontok was coaching UST. I remember those days. Finals lang yung kino-cover namin during that time eh. So I'll start with the setter. Okay. I'll go with Petrus De Ocampo of FEU. He was the first setter that I saw na sobrang taas tumalon, and then he was faking that he was gonna set the ball, tapos pinalo niya. If I remember, he was left-handed.
Yeah, I think he was. I watched him also.
Oo. Siya yung pinakaunang setter na nakita ko na akala mo is a set, tapos pinalo niya, and his shoulders were on the same level as the net. So talagang parang spike na. So that was the first time I saw that. I didn't know na pwede pala yun. Hindi ko alam na pwede pala yun. So yun, I'd have to go with Petrus De Ocampo for setter. Sayang lang na injure siya during one of those final series later on in his UAP career. But since because of his explosiveness, I think I'm gonna have to go with him for the setter position. Open spikers para sa akin sobrang dali. Mark Espejo and Brian Bagunas.
Duh.
The Phenom, the Bazooka.
Wait, the Bazooka?
Yeah!
I didn't know that was his moniker. Wait lang.
Yun yung tawag sa kanya ng mga teammates niya kasi minsan nag-guess yung NU sa the score and then humihirit-hirit sila. Pag sinasabi ko, Brian, Bazooka, da Bazooka. Gumagano na sila yung mga teammates niya. So I was like, Bazooka ka pala. Okay. So that's how he got his moniker. It came from his teammates. I don't come up with all the monikers. Most of them galing sa player o kaya sa fans.
The fans come up with like really witty monikers. Funny. How about for the opposite position?
Okay, opposite position. Since I also covered the NCAA, I gotta give some love to the NCAA players. I'll go John Vic de Guzman for opposite. He played opposite for the national team, and I remember when he led CSB to their first ever NCAA championship. That was such a historic moment. So I'm gonna have to go John Vic de Guzman for opposite.
How about your middle blockers?
Oh man. Okay, maraming magaling dito eh. But I think I'm gonna go with what I remember from when I was covering, and I was really amazed at how Peter Torres was as a middle blocker during
their
dominant. Grabe at nakakatakot. I think he was the most intimidating player that I've ever covered in men's volleyball. As in sa lahat as in pag yung trajectory ng bola when he goes up for those running attacks, sobrang pababa talaga
Baon na baon eh.
Solid, grabe. And then yung sinasabi ni Rex na bounce ball, as in pag tumama sa ground, it really bounces all the way back up. So Peter Torres is one. And the second one is a toss-up between Malabunga and Rex Intal. But, since Rex Intal guested on the show, I'm gonna have to go Rex Intal.
Love for Rex. Okay, sa libero position naman.
Okay. This is a tough one. Okay. Okay, alam ko na. Because he's super energetic. And diba, we always talk about how before yung libero position was always overlooked because they're not the ones scoring. Diba, people like scoring. But I see this guy's leadership. Very vocal, very energetic. So I'm gonna have to go with Ricky Marcos. Marcos.
Yeah.
What do you say? What do you say about Ricky Marcos's game then?
I actually didn't cover him. I never got to watch him play, but I heard that he's really good.
You should watch him. Grabe energetic si Ricky Marcos. Nakakatuwa.
Oh, yeah? Well, I think all the men's liberos are like really energetic, like going around from like the back row. Pag nagka-score, like dadaan pa sila dun sa main net. I'm like, wow, okay. All right, cool.
So yeah, that's my all-time men's volleyball lineup from all the players that I've covered. Episode 6, we had Don Macandili on the show, and this comment was really, really nice. From Realyn Posadas, hi Anton and Den, really appreciate every episode from your team and your guests. Averaging 1 hour per episode. Boredom never hits me because both of you put in the preparation, hype each player's career from the beginning to the present to future plans. Cheers to more chronicles and getting to know deeper each player. P.S. Ito, I really like this. May pahabol pa eh.
Ano yan?
Ito yung maala-ala mo kaya ng sports. Legit. Hands down, guys. Wow, grabe naman.
I mean, to be compared to MMK, and I'm a fan of MMK, that means a lot. And like what I've said, I've been repeating this, we wanna let you guys, immerse dun sa stories ng players. And yung stories nila, that's 100% the truth.
Yeah, straight from the horse's mouth.
Exactly. Exactly.
But thank you so much. We're really trying our best to, get the entire story of the player, and hopefully in the future have an entire library of stories from all of your favorite athletes.
That's the goal.
You know what, Part? One of my biggest takeaways though from this Don Macandili episode, and I said this during the episode, having you and Don in one episode was a big deal to me, and I'm sure to a lot of volleyball fans. My biggest takeaway here was when you shared that when you guys were practicing together in the national team, Don had the courage to come up to you and talk to you about how to set the ball. And to me, syempre kasi mas matanda ka eh. And sometimes when you're older and you're an athlete, you have that competitiveness and you don't want to admit that you learned something from somebody who's younger, but you freely admitted it and we're proud of it. So, man, I just have to commend you for that, for not, not having that pride and just, telling it like it is.
Thanks, Port. Well, kasi when you're in the national team, of course, you're with the best of the best. And we don't see, younger players than us na mas mababa sila. Walang hierarchy na ganun eh. Like, we respect each other and we're all, like, on equal footing. Kaya, we're eager to learn from each other. We're eager to learn from experiences that we go through. And, of course, I respect Dawn so much. Kahit na mas bata siya sa akin, she's achieved so much. And I see that, like, she's really passionate about what she does. And that's why I respect her so much. It's her pure love for the game. Kaya when, she came up to me and she would, give me tips, syempre, with open arms, I will take that. Wala namang pataasan ng ihi sa mga ganyan. Kasi she genuinely wanted to help me out. And, vice versa.
And that's the way it should be. I mean, when you're in the national team, you are working towards a singular goal.
Yes.
And that's to win and bring glory to flag and country. So it's good that you guys collaborated on that.
And to add to that, yung rivalry, it's just on the court eh. When we're outside, we're all friends, and I think we're all working towards the same goal. It's to be better, and it's not to compete against each other, like, oh, I have more championships than you, I have more, awards than you. It's, just getting better para sa sarili mo. And if that means na you have to learn from someone else, you have to take it.
And I think that if everybody works that way, have a harmonious relationship with regards to the team, then I think everybody can reach greater heights. And I think that's the way it should be.
Yep. No other way around it. So for our next episode, we had Kat Tolentino on the show. We were super lucky we got her on the show kasi she's all the way in Canada. And there was a difference, in time zone. So we were lucky enough to, have a moment with her on the show. And one of the comments we got is from Raymond de Los Santos. It reads, Kat Tolentino will always be remembered as an image of strength and resilience in the history of Ateneo volleyball. No doubt about that. Such a classy and talented lady.
I love those words. And
that was a beautiful comment. Yeah.
They mirror exactly who Kat Tolentino is and the things that she was able to do, the things that she went through just to be able to reach the level that she did and become a champion. Hats off to Kat Tolentino, and we were very honored to have her on the show to share her story with us. Episode 8, since, na-complete na natin lahat ng positions eh. Setter, dalawang open, dalawang middle, isang opposite, isang libero. So, we have to have a coach in para makompleto yung team. At sino pa ba ang i-invite natin? Of course, Coach Oliver Almadro, the ever-reliable Coach O. Courage in the present, faith in the future, words that will forever resonate in my mind when we think about, these times. But I was very happy to see this comment. We got a comment from none other than Doc AJ Volleyball. Doc AJ Pareha, former UAAP MVP and former team captain of Coach O with Ateneo. Sabi niya, fondest memory, getting one man every training when I was captain. Nice one, Doc. By the way, guys, si Doc AJ talaga to. Confirmed, it's Doc AJ. So subscribe to his channel as well.
AJ, thank you so much for watching our YouTube channel and subscribing to the channel. It really means a lot to us, and I hope we get to guest him on the show. I mean, he has a lot of great insight for the men's division, the women's division. He even plays beach volleyball. You guys. Like, really, really talented, and he's a doctor. I mean, like, he's really smart. So I hope we get to guest him on the show. AJ, thank you so much for your support. I hope you're well, and we hope to see you soon.
Shout out to Doc Volleyball.
So there you guys have it. Once again, thank you so much, everybody, for all the kind words. We appreciate all of them. We couldn't react to all of them, but here are some of the samples that we noticed. Check them out.
There you go. Keep tuning in. Let us know what you think. And who knows, your comment might just be pulled out the next time we are back here in the lab.
We're experimenting on a lot of things, just like our expansion to Spotify.
That's right. We've been working on it for quite a while, but to all those who like to listen to podcasts while they're working out, cleaning the house, walking around, or whatever, we are finally on that platform, so do give us a follow on Spotify.
So that's a wrap for the first edition of In the Lab. Thank you so much for your support. Stay safe, everyone, and we're looking forward to seeing you back here on Volleyball DNA. Bye! Thank you for watching Volleyball DNA. Make sure you hit the subscribe button to get notified for future episodes and interview highlights.
And while you're at it, head over to our Facebook page by clicking on the link in the description.